Greetings, Bears News, Fan Report Tribe. Smash that like button and subscribe to Bears News Fan Report so you never miss our inside track on Chicago's gridiron destiny. Imagine a ripple spreading through Halas Hall. Quiet at first, barely noticeable, over the hum of off-season workouts until suddenly it becomes a tidal wave of intrigue. Reports have begun bubbling under the surface about a potential final piece to reinforce Chicago's defense, a name so unexpected that it's barely been whispered in free agency chatter. Could this under-the-radar move shift the balance of power in the NFC North? Is it possible that the Bears are about to make a stealth signing nobody saw coming? Fans are buzzing with speculation, and whispers around the league hint at a late break in negotiations that could send shockwaves through opposing offensive lines. Pause for a second. Let that suspense settle in. Picture defensive linemen squaring. Off, the crowd on its feet as a challenger emerges from the shadows. A veteran with championship experience, molded in the crucible of one of the NFL's most demanding defenses, arriving in Chicago to plug the final gap. This is no rookie flyer or flashy reclamation project. We're talking about a player whose skill set perfectly aligns with coordinator Dennis Allen's aggressive, multiple-front attack. Yet all of this mystery has hinged on a single revelation that we're about to unwrap. Before we reveal the identity of this unsuspected disruptor, let's rewind and explore how we even arrived at this cliffhanger. We know the Bears locked in Dayo Odeyingbo to a 3-year deal worth $48 million, envisioning him lining up opposite Montez Sweat and energizing the pass rush. We watched Austin Booker inch forward from rotational role to potential starter, and we've seen Caleb Williams take command in camp, demanding every defender deliver maximum pressure. So why, with these building blocks in place, would Chicago's brain trust turn their gaze toward a virtually anonymous free agent? Context matters. This offseason, the Bears allowed 68 sacks, tied for the most in the league, highlighting the urgent need for a relentless pass rush. Ryan Poles declared protecting the young quarterback a top priority, and we witnessed the front office's commitment with high-profile acquisitions. But defensive depth can't be overlooked. Injuries derail seasons, and Chicago's coaching staff understands that quality rotational ends are the unsung heroes of sustained success. Could there be a hidden veteran ready to step in? Someone who not only brings versatility but also a keen understanding of Dennis Allen's scheme. Statistics tell part of the tale. Last season, this mystery player appeared in almost every game. For his previous squad, logging significant snaps and producing 3-1-2 sacks despite battling through an Achilles setback. In 2 consecutive seasons, his pressures per snap ranked among the top performers for his position, yet his name remained off most free agency radars. Analysts noted his film room prowess, praising his ability to diagnose plays before the ball, snapped and leverage his length to disrupt screens and stunts. Could Chicago have unearthed a gem overlooked by other contenders? But wait, there's more. Sources suggest that during his 4-year tenure in New Orleans, this defensive end thrived under Allen's defense when they crossed paths between 2021 and 2024. That familiarity could prove invaluable, reducing the acclimation curve and allowing him to contribute immediately on early downs, sub-packages, and critical third and long situations. Imagine the strategic advantage of plugging in a player who already knows the coach's terminology, alignments, and blitz triggers by heart. It's the kind of chess move that separates contenders from pretenders. Fans are wondering if this alignment of scheme, experience, and timing is precisely what sparked Chicago's interest so late in the game. Now, let's dial up the hero's journey. Our protagonist has 4 Super Bowl rings forged with powerhouse franchises, an ironclad resume of reliability under playoff pressure. He overcame a daunting Achilles injury to return stronger than ever, demonstrating resilience that only champions possess. In his career arc, he's been the underdog, drafted in later rounds, yet carved out a reputation as a plug-and-play warrior. Could this moment in Chicago represent the final act of a storied career, the culminating chapter where he cements his legacy by helping revive one of the NFL's most historic franchises. Yet, every narrative needs tension. At 30 years old, he faces the ticking clock of an athlete's prime. Durability concerns loom whenever explosive edge rushers step onto the turf. Will his body hold up against the relentless grind of another 17-game campaign? Can he replicate his peak performance after missing most of last year's action? These unanswered questions add layers of drama to an already electrifying subplot. If Chicago rolls the dice and this veteran delivers, we could witness the birth of a dominant defensive front that flips the script on every opponent. If not, the risk could reverberate through cap space and rotational depth charts alike. Now that we've built the suspense, teased the backstory, and examined the stakes, it's time to reveal the name behind this seismic rumor. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we'll break down how the signing of former New Orleans Saints defensive end Tanoh Kpassagnon could redefine the Bears' offseason narrative and what it means for the journey ahead. If you're fired up for this breakdown, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell on Bears News Fan Report right now. Let's dive in. Picking up from our suspenseful reveal, let's explore exactly what signing Tanoh Kpassagnon could mean for Chicago's defensive overhaul. First, picture the playbook adjustments. With Kpassagnon slotting into the end rotation, Dennis Allen suddenly has the luxury of deploying a hybrid front that oscillates between 3-4 and 4-3 looks without missing a beat. His 6'7" frame and 285-pound build allow him to two-gap against the run or pinch in on obvious passing downs, creating confusion for opposing offensive linemen who can't key on just Montez Sweat and Dayo Odeyingbo. Imagine a scenario on 3rd and 7, the offense expecting a conventional four-man rush, only to see Kpassagnon stunt inside, freelancing a sack that flips field position in an instant. But let's get granular. In 2023, despite battling a nagging Achilles issue, he appeared in 17 games for New Orleans and tallied 3 1-2 sacks. No small feat when you consider the Saints' defensive scheme spread snaps among multiple pass rush specialists. His pressure rate per snap hovered near the top 20% of all edge defenders, showcasing both burst and hand technique refinement that scouts rave about. Could this level of efficiency translate seamlessly to Chicago's system? Some veterans believe that familiarity with Allen's blitz packages from 2021 to 2024 gives him a head start, reducing the need for a lengthy install period during training camp. He may very well be the plug-and-play disruptor the Bears envisioned when they eyed him months ago. Let's not overlook the intangible leadership he brings. Kpassagnon has been described by teammates as a film room fanatic, often staying late, to break down opponent tendencies. In the locker room, his journey from a 6th-round pick to 4-time Super Bowl champion has earned him the kind of credibility that resonates with young players. Picture him running a walkthrough drill, demonstrating pad level and hand placement to a rookie draft pick who's dialing in on the nuances of the position. That mentorship can spark a cultural shift, transforming Chicago's defensive identity from a work in progress to a relentless unit that never quits on third downs. Of course, there's risk. He'll turn 31 before the season's halfway point, and heavy mileage in playoff environments can accelerate wear. Analysts caution that Achilles injuries carry a re-rupture risk of up to 12% in the first 2 years post-recovery. If Kpassagnon experiences even a slight dip in burst or bend off the edge, the Bears could be carrying a high-cost rotation player who struggles to stay on the field. Could Chicago have structured his contract to mitigate that uncertainty, perhaps with per-game incentives or roster bonuses that protect against extended downtime? If so, that financial engineering speaks volumes about the front office's confidence in his rehabilitation. What do you think? Will Tanoh Kpassagnon be the defensive catalyst the Bears need to break their playoff drought? I'm personally buzzing at the thought of watching him unleash his power at Soldier Field. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. I read everyone. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next analysis. Until next time, stay loud and proud. Go Bears.